Case for interwebkaiju here. This is a dinosaur tank, and this is Varan, the Unbelievable, requested by YouTube user JEFFIE 2001.
The monster Varan awakens, starts to kill people, and eventually starts destroying villages. The military then tries, successfully, to stop him. To be fair, I'm summarizing some stuff, but honestly there's not much going on in the film. And much less going on with the three reporters who I believe are supposed to be the protagonists. My favorite part of the film is probably its musical score. Everything is great, and the main theme is a wonderful mix of notes that mesh spectacularly well. The rest of the songs are also good, and this version of the film has great audio quality to further add to my enjoyment. The video is also very good. Even though it's in black and white, there's no film grain that I can see. The lighting is really good, and I think it's actually a plus that the movie was shot in black and white. The miniatures are great, especially the details on the houses, including both straw and shingled roofs. The camera work is good. I love that Varan can fly. I love how he flies too. The suit actor does a great job giving Varan unique body language. I particularly like the head sway he has, and he also does a great job showing that the monster has been hurt. Throughout the film, there are many shots that include objects in the foreground. I guess it was something the cinematographer really liked, and it looks really good. It's cool seeing the military use smaller weapons like these mobile artillery cannons on the monster. It's a nice change from the jets and tanks constantly seen in other kaiju movies. Don't worry though, there are still tanks and these beautiful things. The movie starts off with this odd bit on space travel just to go away from it and tell us this story. And then it's never really mentioned again. It's as if the filmmakers just really wanted to put the shuttle footage in the movie. None of the characters are very interesting or even have much of a personality, but this also means none of them are cringeworthy or annoying. The projection techniques for this car drive isn't very convincing. The vehicle is bouncing up and down while the driver is turning the wheel back and forth, yet the background just shows a steady left to right scene with no other movement. Varan's roar is the original Godzilla roar. It seems to be slightly edited, but still very apparent. Maybe I'm just a crazy person, but it actually bothered me through the entire movie. When he's on all fours, he looks fine, but when he's upright, he looks pretty weird, especially his neck. Newspaper headlines are used at the transition multiple times. It's not necessarily bad, especially in this movie, but I've never really liked it. There's also a native chant scene, which is just overused in my opinion in kaiju flicks. Even still, if you just narrow it down to Toho kaiju flicks. I'm not trying to fault this film too much for it, as it's one of the first. Sure, Godzilla did it first, but there are plenty to be had later on. Plus, both Godzilla's and Varan's are quite short scenes compared to what would come later. My biggest complaint about the movie is that it seems really slow. I'm not saying that nothing happens, it just never seems too intense or interesting even during the sea of destruction and combat scenes. For probably a quarter of the movie, Varan is basically just in the water getting shot at, and it definitely drags on. And sadly, the final act isn't exciting or creative enough to make up for it.
So that was Varan the Unbelievable. I don't like this movie, but I want everyone to see it. I don't know if it's because I like the monster himself, but I do. I just want everyone to see this, but still go for the subtitled version. The American edit is even worse. It's slower, and it replaces already boring characters with even more boring characters that are annoying and unlikable. Any movies you would like me to review, leave a comment below, and thanks for watching.